Hey guys, it's Kaylee here for Young and Free Ontario. Now today I want to talk to you about something that can be a little bit scary. And no, I'm not talking about my hair. I'm talking about student loans and more particularly OSAP. Now I'm sure most of you out there have heard about OSAP. It's the Ontario Student Assistance Program, which basically means our government is willing to lend us money to help us pay for our educations. OSAP is also an interest-free loan, which means that while you're studying and even 6 months after graduation, the government's not going to charge you extra for lending you money. Now you might not know so much about the application process, actually getting your money, and then paying back that money. So I'm here today to tell you a few tips from my experience with student loans. So first we'll talk about actually applying for your loan. If you go to ontario.ca/OSAP, it'll bring you to a website with all kinds of information as well as your application form. Now, you can print up that form and send it in, or they actually just recommend you do it right online. That way, the only thing you have to mail them are your signature papers. And the great thing about doing it online is that when you're finished putting in your information, they'll give you an estimated amount that you can expect. That way, it helps you plan out your year. Now, the application itself will ask you a few questions about your family situation, do you have a job, what school did you apply to, what program are you going into, among other things. A lot of people will tell you it's a tedious process, but you have to remember the government's willing to give you up to $12,240 each year. And that's a lot of money. They're not just going to hand it over. Now, the government assumes that you've been working through the summer to save money, so they expect you to have a little bit of a base. But remember, it's also okay for you to get a part-time job through the school year. Now, once you've submitted your OSAP application, they actually automatically apply you for some other grants and bursaries, which is great because if you're eligible, this is money you don't have to pay back. Now your application's finished. It's just important to remember for the next few months to keep checking back on the website to find out whether you've been approved and for how much money. So hopefully you are approved for your loan and now it's time to actually get your money. This is most commonly done through the financial aid office at the college or university that you chose. Now some schools will have you set up an appointment, other schools will have designated days for you to come pick up your money. But either way, there are usually a lot of lineups and it's always a lot of waiting, so it's good to bring a friend and be prepared. They'll generally have you bring your ID as well as a void check so they can take the tuition right from your OSAP and then put the money in your account within 2 weeks. Depending on when you applied for your OSAP, your money might not actually be ready for when your tuition is due. But most schools are pretty understanding, and as long as they know that you have OSAP coming, they'll hold off your tuition payment until your money is ready. So a few years later, once you've graduated or stopped going to school for whatever reason, it's going to be time to start paying back these massive loans that we have racked up. But don't get overwhelmed because there are repayment assistance programs. If you contact the National Student Loan Service Center, the NSLSC, they'll talk to you about all your options and they'll send you an application form. They can make the payments more manageable for you. They're very, very flexible and they know that we are just out of school and we don't have a lot of money, so they'll let us pay it back slowly. It's just important to remember that now they are charging interest, so every day that we don't pay it off, we're getting charged more money. So there you have it, guys. Some tips from me to you on the entire student loan process. The last thing I do want to stress is be careful when they put that money in your account. It all goes in at once and you feel like you're rich, but you don't want the money to be disappearing quicker than you think. So keep coming back to youngfreeontario.com where I'll be giving you tips throughout the year on how to budget properly and how to save your money. This is Kaylee Dames signing off for Young and Free Ontario. Till next time, guys.